Well, hello, family. There comes a time in everyone's life where you got to choose what you want to do with your life physically. You either sit there as a couch potato or you get to work. And so I've chosen the latter. Now, what is this? What am I training for? Ultimately, really, I actually do want to be able to push 405 pounds for 50 reps, which is unheard of. It wouldn't be a world first, but it's definitely something that very few people would ever come close to. People do 405 for 5 reps, but 50 reps is unheard of. So I always pick the hardest thing to do, and I stick with it. Now, what you're going to see me do with this is I'm working with 100 pounds right now. Originally, I was going to wait until I reached at least 150 pounds because nobody really cares about anything underneath 135 pounds. That's a 45-pound plate on each side. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to upload anyways for the purpose of documentation. As I get stronger and I progressively overload, I'm just going to keep adding more weight. Some people might start to think that it's fake weight or whatever, but I have a history where I showed everything. And my squat technique is I do high bar, and as you can tell, I go slow on the eccentric. I do a slight pause at the bottom where I touch my elbows to the top of my legs. That breaks parallel, and then I explode up on the concentric, and I take my time. The total time that the bar usually sits on my shoulders is about 6 minutes. So I've noticed that it's harder to keep the weight on your shoulders for that length of time than it is to actually push the weight. By the end of the set, you'll see that I'm not drained of energy. But in the beginning, it hurt my back more just to get used to the amount of time that the weight would stay on my back. Now, you're just seeing one set of 50, but my workout routine is I do a set of 50 with just the barbell, and then I do 3 sets of the working weight. And this, I'm all the way up to 100 pounds now. Whenever I first started, I could barely do 25 reps of just the barbell. And, well, I just kept on increasing the repetitions until I got to 50. And then my body got used to 50 reps. I just stayed at that per set. And I started adding weight by 5 pounds every single week. I've gotten sick here and there. And some days you don't feel like it and you don't push yourself. Some days you go in and do half of your whole routine. But the thing is to just keep sticking with it. And I started doing squats as a form of recovery whenever I had my knee surgery on my left knee. I had knee bursitis. They had to cut something out. And I took 2 months off of doing any low body exercises. And I knew squats would be one of the best recovery workouts you could do for any knee surgery. So I started doing that with the barbell. That's why I originally started. But then I noticed that my legs were exploding in growth compared to everything else that I've had before. And I fell in love with doing squats. So since then, I just kept on pushing myself. Why not? And I just keep getting stronger. My legs keep getting bigger. I had chicken legs, and looking up the different people who have done this type of workouts before, Tom Platz is like the number one guy. And so I look at Tom Platz as the person who I am most likened to following his routine. So just doing repetition after repetition, and I'm doing 200 squats every single day. I originally was doing squats every single day, but that with working with so much weight now, it really overloaded my system. So now I'm down to 2 squat days every single week. So this is just an introduction. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put in the comment section below, and I will get that on my next video. The next video I make, the next update will be whenever I reach 135 pounds, and then I'll make another video at 150 pounds, and then it'll go up every 50 pounds after that. So 200, 250, I'll make an update video so that we have documentation that shows that this is legit. I am doing 200 squats total every single day, but this is just one set. So anyways, until then, have a good day. Bye.
49. 50.